Episode 51.
Holy
bitch.
shit. Just talking with Dan and Seb. I'm Dan.
I'm Seb. Nearly 1 year's worth of podcasts.
We've done
boom, skeet.
We've done it for well over a year now. Well, it was May 11th, I believe. So it's
but actually... 52 weeks in a year, 52 episodes.
True.
1 episode a week kind of thing. So, nearly there. We're getting there. We might take a break after that. Who knows?
Who knows?
We're still figuring stuff out. But we would like to announce, that next year we're thinking of starting up a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Because what else are we going to do with the abundance of time we're going to have next year?
Once we've finished school. It's probably going to be a bit more specialized than the podcast, which, it's going to be a filmmaking channel or a film-centered channel. There's going to,
it's going to include criticism and, I don't know,
there'll be,
stuff that relays our interests. And, honestly, the Just Talking podcast, though it's very broad, we do end up almost always just talking about film.
We do quite regularly
usually
talk about film.
After just drinking or something.
Yeah. It'll be not just film review. There'll be other related things. I mean, we're going to be working on short films ourselves next year for when we want to go to afters, and
we're creating a little portfolio. And
yeah.
Hopefully this channel will give us some sort of fan basis. Well, not a fan, but some sort of following.
A place to find our stuff as well. I'm sure all our short films will go on that channel, and also production diary vlogs of us making the films, and then film reviews as well, and other stuff. I don't know. We're going to try and post 2-3 times a week, I think.
Kind of thing.
So, kind of vibe. And then potentially continuing the podcast, or maybe the podcast will take on a new what's the word I'm looking for? A new
genre.
I don't know. Or form.
Or that might even be a different podcast altogether.
It could be. Look, we're probably going to do a podcast because I do like talking.
Yeah. We kind of viewed the podcast as some sort of diary kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the only people that really listen are people who are actually invested in our lives kind of thing.
Yeah. So there's not.
But we tend to find when a lot of podcasts are more specialized or more how do you say niche, because you already got your really broad podcasts, and those usually stem off people who already have some sort of internet following or persona
or just brand that they already have, that people
Joe Rogan was a comedian and had a few Netflix specials, and who else
commentates.
Rhett and Link had their own YouTube channel kind of thing. So
yeah, I mean Rhett and Link just talk about themselves basically. So
yeah,
that I won't lie. Actually, Rhett and Link was probably
the biggest
inspiration for the pod. Ear Biscuits was probably the
but
biggest
they
inspiration.
already had a framework.
They've actually just done. I think their 2000th episode came out yesterday or today
of the podcast
of Good Mythical Morning.
There you go.
Which is pretty crazy.
That's pretty cool.
We're almost 52 episodes. They've done 2,000. I mean, it's a bit different, but, it's pretty crazy.
I mean, they make episodes every single day, don't they?
I'm not sure if they actually film every day, but yeah. And then, but they've, in the last couple of years, they've done Good Mythical Summer, where they just do Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 3 months in summer in the Northern Hemisphere. But yeah, I think they film most days. I mean, they do. Rhett and Link actually have an insane, career. I mean, they do Good Mythical Morning, Ear Biscuits. Now they've got...
And they make some funny YouTube skit videos.
Yeah, and the actual Rhett and Link channel barely posts anymore. But then they also have now, they own Smosh.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they bought when Smosh... Did you remember when that shit happened and, the company that owned Smosh went bankrupt? You didn't know that?
Yeah, I did know about that. I didn't know they bought it.
Yeah. Mythical Entertainment, which is their company, bought Smosh.
Huh. Why would you want to buy Smosh?
Because they're a big brand. They're a large... They still have a big following, and all of their videos still get...
Do they?
Yeah,
I forget they exist.
I know. Look, to people our age now, but there's still the audience. They still have a big audience, right? And they own Smosh. They have Mythical Kitchen, because they've always done weird food related shit.
Yeah.
And then they hired a dude. His name's Josh something. I can't remember. He's actually really good. And he's a chef, but he's just he's a cool dude. Anyway, and he does all these weird food videos. They now have another channel called Mythical Kitchen, which is all just that shit. He does all this cooking stuff. Because he used to I think they just originally hired him to make weird food products for Good Mythical
Morning. So they kind of have their little
empire.
Entertainment empire.
Fully. Yeah. It's crazy. And that, they've written books. They've got 2 books now. They've,
Well, there you go.
They've done a lot.
Well, there you go. Well, I don't think I want to have that sort of career.
In YouTube? No. I'm just saying.
But yeah, what we were saying before is, people usually have other stuff, then start a podcast because people are like, I want to know more about them. But we just started a podcast.
Yeah. And it's been a big learning experience, definitely. Like, I mean, I still enjoy doing it. It's just, I think at some point we're going to get to a place, and I feel like we already feel that, where we just do a lot of talking about the same things, and especially when, I think we never, like, every time people ask us, we go, oh, we have a podcast. Oh, what's it about? Just kind of us.
Just kind of talking.
And we talk a bit. I mean, the name does sum it up pretty well, but yeah, who knows?
But
who knows what will happen?
We want to hone in on what we actually want to do.
But I think we will definitely continue podcasting.
Oh yeah, it's cool, but I don't want to be purely just a podcast host for the rest of my life.
No.
And I'm probably just going to end up keep talking about what I actually like doing.
I mean, that was always the intentions of the podcast, was just we got to talk about whatever we wanted.
And also, like, more niche podcasts are more they're more likely to be successful.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you have already have a following and then people want to know more about you.
Well, maybe, I mean, it's possible in the future that Just Talking will take a break, and then maybe one day when when people actually are more interested in us, we'll bring it back. Who knows?
Who knows?
It'll always be here. It just might not. But we will have a podcast. It just might not be Just Talking anymore. We weren't going to bring this up, but now we've gotten there. So
yeah. Well, I mean, it's been a big topic of conversation over the last couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks for us, yeah.
I couldn't really see any way out of talking about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
But we just concluded up our holidays from school recently. The last holidays we're ever going to have.
Well, ish.
I
mean, we technically.
I mean, for.
I mean, we technically go back to school in term 4, but not really.
What, do we?
Yeah, we still have days.
Exams.
No, there's more than just like we actually have to go in for a couple of days here and there.
Oh, I know.
But most of it, no.
So, yeah, kind of last holiday, like proper holidays.
Last proper school holidays,
and it was a
pretty hectic.
Pretty hectic month, really.
Yeah, it was. June or, well, no, it was kind of like the last 2 weeks of June and the first 2 weeks of July, kind of vibe.
But last week, towards the end of the holidays, we went down to Dunsborough for 2 nights to this lovely Airbnb, which was actually surprisingly cheap. Yeah,
it was great. It was good. It was a nice little getaway from all the busyness.
And we it was bordering a golf course, and it was very nice. I had a little patio.
It was good. It was a good trip. And we did a lot of thinking. So
lots of big thinking.
Lots of big thinking about
with our big brains. We had some good heart to hearts.
Yeah,
we feel like we bonded a bit more, boss man.
And Heggie was there.
Heggie, yeah. Unfortunately, Benny T could not attend, but yeah, it was awesome. Wow.
It was pretty amazing. Yeah.
But we kind of figured out some big things about
ourselves and
the nature of the universe.
That sounds so wanky and profound. But yeah.
I mean, we did turn into Mr. Profound.
We did turn into Mr. Profound.
But we kind of realised a few things, and we feel like we're better people now. Well, hopefully.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
But yeah, we're going back down, I think, for leavers, and we talked about that last week. And I'm very excited because Dunsborough, Bustleton, all those places are just very, very nice.
They are very nice. I mean, I used to live there, so it's less exciting for me because it's just kind of
we passed on the way there. We passed Daniel's old school near.
Oh yeah,
Margaret
we did. We
River.
went to my old school. I thought you were going to say we went to my nan's for lunch.
Oh, we did do that too.
Yeah, shout out to my nan.
Shout out to Dan's nan,
who's never going to listen to this. But anyway. She doesn't really understand what podcasts are. That's my mum's mum. My dad's parents, they listened to the episode with Kate.
But they think,
yeah, they thought it was good. I don't think they really
very good. Yeah.
Very good. Yes, my grandfather has a very deep voice. I don't think they. Yeah, I don't know if my other grandparents understand what podcasting is. I mean, the best way to explain it is just radio on the internet, but it's kind of a bit different.
I describe it as on-demand radio.
Yeah, but
it's kind of like podcasts are what like streaming services were for television.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to explain it. But also not really, because it's not like we go to songs and shit, and it's not live, and it's a bit. Although a lot of radio stations now,
but like a lot of the AM radio stations.
Yeah,
I mean, like, what alternative did you have? Like
that's true. I mean, a lot of radio stations have podcasts now constantly because I don't have.
It's like radio was talking plus music, and then it just kind of. The two streaming things were like, I don't know, music streaming services and podcasting.
Yeah, podcasting.
That's what it went into because it's all on demand.
True. But I mean, if you see how often now, like you don't listen. I listen to the radio a lot because my car doesn't have a Bluetooth thing. So that I've always got like the amount of, they always plug. They've all got apps now and they all have podcasts. All of the radio presenters now have, whether it's just like, generally a lot of it's just they upload all of the talking, or because a lot of the time on radio, they do all the talking shit and cutie music, and then sometimes they have an interview, and often the interviews are pre-recorded and edited, and they'll be longer than, it'll only be a 5-minute section on the radio, but it would have been a half an hour interview or something. So they'll put the whole half an hour interview on their podcast kind of thing. So that's what a lot of radio stations are doing. But apparently 95% of Australians still listen to radio.
Oh yeah, they were saying, that was like, because I was hearing it was 96 FM. They had.
I think it was. Yeah, that's probably.
It's
right.
probably the same ad we listened to. It was
yeah.
like, guys, please advertise on
radio. Yeah,
because lots of people listen to it. I was like, that is bullshit.
It's bullshit. I don't believe that most people. I mean, even it's not just like young people anymore. Everyone now, no one wants ads on their freaking music.
Oh yeah,
and there's only a few people.
And especially like peak hour. The majority of everything on the radio is ads.
It's annoying.
I've really, because I even doing some driving in my new car and stuff. I mean, I'm still a learner.
When's your test? When's your next test?
It's on the 28th.
Oh, it's close. Oh, it's soon.
Mm-hmm.
You better pretty bloody get it, boss man. You will. Did you explain what happened last time about how you?
Oh, but it's in Joondalup.
Oh,
that's the nearest. That's the close. Like if I was to do it,
you better go drive in Joondalup before.
If I was to do it in West Perth, it'd be the end of next month. So
that's duty.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go drive around Joondalup tomorrow.
Oh, that's good. Did you explain what happened with your last one? How you would have passed so 1 mark, you messed up.
Didn't I explain it last week?
Potentially, you might have done.
Well, anyway, I'll tell it again.
But just do a quick one. Basically, can I just do it real quick?
Yep.
Okay, basically, Seb, he would have passed by 1 mark, and then he lost the last mark because he was at a giveaway sign and he didn't see a car, and
Oh, no, it wasn't passed by one, I was definitely
going to
automatic
fail. Oh, it was an automatic fail.
It was an automatic fail.
He didn't see a car at a giveaway sign, and the assessor had to put their foot on the brake so that you didn't drive into a car. I mean, fair enough, to be honest. Fair enough. But I know it isn't.
Still annoying.
See, it's one of those things in a driving test where you probably in any other situation would have seen that car, but because you're focused on looking good whilst you drive because you're in your test.
Yeah, and also I was going back and I was just like, oh.
And you were like, yes, booyakasha. You're like, you've done it.
Yeah, and then
that's what happened to me because I, on the way back, drive, you do all the bits. I don't know wherever y'all are, how driving tests work, but there's different little sections, and then you drive back, and they're obviously still assessing you as you drive back to the whatever it's called, little Department of Transport building.
I really liked that driving assessor though as well. He was the guy I had on the first test I had.
Who was he?
I can't remember his name.
Anyway,
but yeah, it was.
And
cool.
You're driving back. I was pumped because I was like, yeah, I've done it. I know I've passed for sure. Because I was also watching the dude because they mark shit on the iPad, and I was watching it going, yeah, oh good.
I can't remember the last time I've been to Joondalup though. Is it really busy up there?
Yeah, well, there's all the Joondalup's a big. You mean the shopping centre and shit, where the shopping centre is? Is that?
I don't know whether the DOT is up there.
Just because we live where we live, I think you forget there's heaps of shit that goes on separate from where we from the GT. I know you're not in the GT.
Is it very
Yeah, it's busy. It's big. It's slightly more bogan than the further you go from the I sound so wanky. I hate this. The further you go from the GT, the more bogan it gets. But Joondalup's still pretty class. It's just a bit far. My cousins live up near that way.
I've only been to like Joondalup swimming pool. It's a good ass swimming pool though.
It's a good ass swimming pool.
I have a good slide up there.
Were you like 4 when you went?
Yeah, I was younger.
Yeah, I was younger. It was just last year.
No, we should go, boss man. We should go to Joondalup swimming pool.
I hate public swimming pools.
What?
Passionately hate public swimming pools.
But you don't like Bayswater Waves?
No, Bayswater Waves was fun, but it's the grottiest thing. It's so grot.
Nah.
It is. Public swimming pools are grot as.
Nah, we gotta go.
No, they freaking are. They're disgusting.
No, it's.
I hate public swimming pools.
You're just not cool, are you?
No, I just don't. They're just not nice, enjoyable places.
Nah, sometimes they are.
No, there's just people everywhere.
Sometimes, like after go to the.
You're just in their piss. You just know you are.
No, it's chlorine.
Yeah, fuck off. You're in the piss. You are.
Fuck off. You're in the piss.
You're in the piss. You are. Don't even lie to yourself. You know that you're just swimming in their piss. It doesn't matter if there's chlorine. I don't give a fuck if it's sterilized or whatever.
No, it's fine.
You've pissed in a public pool. Don't lie to me. No, don't lie to me. You've pissed in a public pool.
No, I haven't.
Bullshit.
Nah.
Fully bullshit. I don't believe you.
No, only poo.
Everyone's pissed in public pool. No one's ever going to admit it, but we've all done it.
Nah.
Yeah, you have.
Only diarrhea.
Okay, whatever. So, boss man, you know the terms and conditions you never read?
Yeah, I know those terms and conditions that I say that I read, even though I don't. Yeah, I do. I know.
Anyway. So Bank West.
I know Bank West.
Yeah.
They're the Bank of the West.
They're the Bank of the West.
I bet they have a lot of terms and conditions.
They have a shitload of terms and conditions. But to really cater to the lower sort of intellects of people.
They force you to read it?
No. They've made visual terms and conditions with pictures.
Huh.
It's a picture and it's got a little description and it shows, I don't know, I haven't looked into it. I just saw that they were doing an ad about how easy it is to learn the terms and conditions now because they're visual terms and conditions and not big long list. I'm sure you can still read the big long list, but they've got visual terms and conditions. I think it's embarrassing. I think it's the wrong direction. I think it's just proving that But you don't care anyway. If you actually cared, you'd read the terms and conditions.
I know, but it's good to have like just a little flick through thing. You know?
I guess, but
because like no one's ever going to read like the big text.
One time I decided I think I was setting up a new iPhone and it just, the terms and conditions are there for the iPhone. And I think I went through like 2 pages of it. Boring as shit ever. Just so boring.
So like, surely it's good to like know what you're getting yourself into, but like you don't have to read the entire thing and just...
No, like it's good, but it's also kind of like, bro, do you really...
Nah, I think it's alright.
No, it's alright. It's not really a big deal. I just think it's funny that like, it's like fucking visual terms and conditions because you're such an idiot. You can't possibly... Like, couldn't you just do like the main couple in bold at the top? Like, these are the important ones. We're stealing your information.
No, I like the pictures.
I know, I just think it's embarrassing for the human race.
I like pictures.
I mean, sure, I like pictures.
I think that's a good thing. Good on you, Bank West.
Wank best.
Wank best.
And on that note, just drinking.
Just drinking.
Yeah, baby. Today we're doing another versus, the classic Bundaberg ginger beer. Everyone's tried this one. I don't know if it's just an Australian.
A lot of people have. Australian family owned. There you
go. Well, this is the classic ginger beer in Australia.
Everyone knows what it is.
Everyone's
tried it. Bada bing, bada boom.
Now this is old
Jamaica
ginger beer. Never seen this before. Seb says he has.
I think I tried it ages ago, but I can't remember. Since 1988. Made with authentic root ginger from Jamaica.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know where it's from, though.
Jamaica, I would assume.
No, it's a product of the UK.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, there you go.
It's even got a little crown.
Cheeky little crown on it.
Made in the UK. Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, so how's this, by the way, just for comparison? So I bought these 2 drinks, right? In total, it was $5.14 for both. That's pretty good, right? This one is how many mils? How many mils is this? 330 mils for the old Jamaica.
Yeah.
And it was $2.50. The Bundaberg is 750 mils. It was 265.
Yeah, but the old Jamaica's imported.
Imported, I know, but I just really bang for buck in terms of bang for buck.
Yeah,
and
well,
which
like
one
only
tastes better?
Here, it's probably the same like in the
Yeah,
UK.
it's a bit like the Arizona iced teas that are imported from America. They're 99 cents in the US. They're like $6 here. All right, let's start with the Old and Faithful. Oh, that was a good sound, I won't lie. Let me just pour.
Oh, yeah, baby.
That was actually really nice. All right, there you go.
Thanks.
It's that familiar sort of...
Can I just drink it out of
I'm
here?
sure, drink it out of there. It's that familiar kind of cloudy colour. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a brown sort of cloudy colour, right?
Give it a little chicken.
I shouldn't have poured so much because now I've got to drink all this before we get to the other one.
It's just very bubbly.
Very bubbly. It's just a standard. It's not very... It's very sweet, actually. It's a very mild ginger. Like, it's not a strong, like, ginger.
It's a very...
Easy
it's just
to
a
drink.
fizzy drink, honestly.
It's just a fizzy drink, yeah. I think it's very...
Oh, one time I was in... there's these markets in, like... my family, like, my extended family live in, like, Noosa in, like, Queensland. And there's this markets near the where they live and... best ginger... Like, this homemade ginger beer... Dude has been going to these markets for like 20 years or some shit, and he makes the best ginger beer I've ever tasted.
It actually tastes gingery though.
Yeah, it's so good.
All right, crack open the in front of the mic.
Oh, yeah,
the old Jamaica. Go. Oh, nice. That was very nice. Little sizzle. Similar color. In fact, identical color. I don't think it looks any different.
Oh, that is really gingery, but it's a bit...
Did you taste it already?
No, I smelt it.
Oh.
It's a bit unflattering, the smell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that doesn't smell as nice as the Bundaberg.
Gone for a little sip.
That is very different.
Much bitter.
Nowhere near as... Is that even carbonated? It's barely carbonated. They taste like totally different things.
Yeah.
Maybe the aftertaste...
This has very strong amounts of ginger, though.
This is much more gingery, but I don't know if I like it more. Maybe I'm just really... This is just like childhood, like Bundaberg. But...
Let's mix it. Best both worlds.
But have you had a Matzo's ginger beer?
A what?
Matzo's.
No.
It's alcoholic ginger beer. It's like 0.0... It's barely alcoholic. It tastes exactly like Bundaberg.
Oh, righto.
You know... But Matzo's is... No, it's not. I was going to say it's the... Oh, no, is it? Yeah, Matzo's is a broom
It's good when you
company.
mix it because...
Yeah, but then you get... Because you're getting the sweet from this and the ginger from this.
Yeah.
Right, but at the end of the day, look...
And the bubbles from that.
Maybe this one's just... I'm sure it's meant to be... I mean, it says carbonated beverage, but this is not fizzy, like, at all.
Boss man, trust me. Boss man.
Right, I'll mix. Okay, I'll mix. I guess that's...
It's really nice when you mix. It's just like... all the right consistencies of all the flavors and stuff.
Yeah, that's better. That's better. Right, well, if you want to get real technical, mix your Bundaberg and your old Jamaica ginger beer.
It makes up for each other's flaws, kind of like Dan and I.
That's a really good... Yeah. Guys, look, this one's Bundaberg because it's bigger. That's me. The Bundaberg. And old Jamaica's Seb because he's... The height difference isn't this significant, but...
Cunt.
What? I'm just trying to...
You trying to compare us to ginger beers?
You just did it.
No, but like you trying to say which one's...
Well, I'm just saying if one...
No, shut up.
All right, fine. Anyway, look, if you're in Australia, first of all, it's probably way harder to find Old Jamaica than Bundaberg, but I wouldn't go for the Old Jamaica personally.
No, but it's really good when you mix it with Bundaberg.
It is good actually when you mix it. It's better than both of them when you mix it. I'm going to give the Bundaberg a 9 for nostalgia reasons. Or I'll give it an 8 because it's just good.
I'm going to give it a 9, yeah.
All right, and Old Jamaica, I'm going to give like a 6. Yeah. Cool.
And you mix it, it's like 9.
No, I still wouldn't say that. I just don't like... I don't like ginger beer that much.
At least an 8.5.
Cool. I'll give it an 8 combined. It's as good as Bundaberg, but the Bundaberg is higher up because of nostalgia. Anyway.
Now, just because I'm 18...
Oh, you're cracking open...
We're doing Seb's beer review. Or
Again.
like Seb's alcoholic beverage review. I need to crack this bad boy open with it.
Use your ring, it's cooler.
No.
Oh, use your ring, it's
I
cooler.
don't think I can.
Yeah, you can. Oh, it's probably a bit too loose on your finger.
it's too loose on my fingy.
All right, open it. You have to vortex it, boss man, on the potty.
No, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I'm kidding. It's a what is it? What's your beer?
It's a Sahai. Which is
just get fucking beer all over the roadcaster, boss man.
It's a Japanese beer, and they're more on the pricey end. Ugh.
That was
Japan's number one beer. Super dry. Blah, 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 blah.
All right, have a taste. Go.
Gotta smell it first.
Yeah.
Smells really nice.
Okay, go on. Do you reckon it actually is Japan's number one beer? Because you know how, like, in America, they think
Bud. Is it
no,
Bud
no,
Light?
no, no, no. It's Foster's.
No idea what that is.
Exactly right. They think it's marketed as like the Australian beer, but no one here knows what it is. Oh, also, you know the science behind beer bottle, the color of the glass. You know how some like Corona's clear.
Oh wait, they market it in America as the Australian.
Which it is. Like, I'm pretty sure, or maybe not anymore, but I'm pretty sure it used to be an Australian-owned beer. But in America, people think like that's what all the Aussies drink is Foster's, but no one knows what it is.
Yep.
So maybe I wonder if it's like that. Like, is Asahi really the number one beer in
I think
Japan?
I think it is.
Or maybe. No, but do you know the science behind the color of glass on beer bottles? So you know, like Corona is a clear glass bottle. Asahi's brown. I think other ones are brown. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Swanee D's are brown.
Yeah. Why they
Green, and then there's green bottles like Heineken's green.
Yeah.
And whatever, you get the point. Clear, but there's something to do with like the sunlight or the UV rays fucks with the fermentation of the beer. I'm pretty sure brown bottles are the best. They keep they maintain the flavor the best. Clear bottles are the worst because there's no protection from UV rays, and green bottle in the middle. So,
well, that's interesting.
Yeah. Anyway,
see, premium beer right here.
Premium beer. What do you rate that, Bossman?
Oh, I actually quite like it, so I'm going to give it a 9.
Oh, cheeky little 9. All right, there you go.
I like this one.
There you go. That's another week of Just Drinking.
Thank you, Seb's beer review. Woo!
Just drinking.
So, boss man.
Yes, boss man.
You embarked on watching Quentin Tarantino's favorite film of the 2010s.
I thought you were going to say it's Quentin Tarantino's film, but
no.
Sorry, yeah.
Quentin Tarantino's favorite film from the 2010s, which is The Social Network, directed by David Fincher and written by Aaron Sorkin. Give us your thoughts. It's about the making of Facebook, where Jesse Eisenberg plays Mark Zuckerberg.
And Andrew Garfield as his best friend, Eduardo something. I cannot remember his last name. Anyway, I thought it was a very solid... It's not my kind of film personally, because it was just a little bit. It was a very good film, as a film. It was a very good. There was nothing wrong with it that was a big problem that I found with it, but it's not necessarily my kind of film.
You did describe to me a couple of cuts that you didn't like.
There were a few. This is going to be very difficult to describe unless you've seen the film. And maybe if I can be bothered, I'll put like the time code on. I probably won't. I don't even know I said that. So there's a bit in the film where this isn't really a spoiler, but also it's like an 11-year-old film now. So if you haven't seen it, you know.
Sorry, champ.
It's not a massive spoiler. Anyway, I'm just going to describe the scene. Andrew Garfield's character has come to the house and he's angry. I'm going to explain this in the most general way possible just so people get the idea. And he's angry at Jesse Eisenberg. And there's sort of a bit of a party sort of thing going on at the house. Anyway, Andrew Garfield goes, "Can I talk to you privately?" They walk into the hallway of somewhere in the house, you know, like a little hallway. There's a door, and the door's open, and they're standing in the hallway. Now, picture this. This is the shot. It's a doorway, and they're each on, like, leaning against, or almost leaning against one wall in the doorway, and the camera is about there. It's a little bit... It's not quite a wide shot. It's like it's a bit of a mid shot. It's from their knees up sort of thing, and the doorway is centered, and they're centered, and then you see a bit of the wall on the outside of the doorway. Anyway, they start talking, and then a little bit after, you know, they each go back and forth a bit, And then Andrew Garfield slams the door, and then the camera cuts straight after the door slams into the door, like into the hallway where they're both still talking. And I thought it was a bit of a waste of a cut because we were already on that angle. Now it's a little bit closer. And the only reason we had to cut
is to get inside.
Is to get inside because the door was closed. And it's not even the reverse.
Jarring.
It was just a weird cut because it looked like if you got rid of the door slamming, it almost looked like they had digitally just cropped in the image. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Look, it's a little problem. I'm being really, really micro, what's the word, like specific about that problem. But overall, the film's great. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I would have given it a bit like a 4.5, but it's just kind of not my...
Oh, yeah, well, for me...
You gave it a 4.5 on Letterboxd.
The last star really comes down to, like, personal preference.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It was
I usually give, like, good films that not
your thing.
Aren't my thing,
a 4.
but, like, I appreciate them. I like a 4, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, it was a really good film, and I liked it a lot. It just wasn't... It's like if... Like, I probably won't watch it again unless I'm showing people for the sake of...
I mean...
Sort of vibe.
At least for people our age, like, historical dramas are like... Yeah, meh.
Yeah, and also... Yeah, I think... Especially something as current as Facebook. I mean, I didn't know all that stuff. Like, I didn't know that Facebook started off when he was in 2003. Like, it's as old as... I didn't realise it was actually that early. But I love seeing, like, Justin Timberlake. He's not really an actor, but he's actually quite good.
Oh, yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, that's not what he's known for, but he's done a good job in the couple of films. I'm trying to think of what else he's been in.
Friends with Benefits.
Okay, well.
With Mila Kunis.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I don't think is it even rated that good? I don't think so.
Nah.
He's in Trolls. He did the song for Trolls as well, you know. How does it even go? I can't remember. It was a banger in like 2017.
I haven't seen.
You know the song I'm talking about. Can't stop the feeling.
Oh yeah, I know
that one.
Is that like the Trolls version of like the happy song?
Yeah, kind of vibe. But I think it's funny. I think it's funny how you can be a good dramatic actor and then make that song. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's interesting. It was a good film though. It's a really good film. Although, weirdly, I feel like it's too early in his life for them to have done it. Like, I know Facebook...
What do you mean?
Well, I know Facebook... I know it's less...
Oh, it's too early in Mark Zuckerberg.
Like, so much stuff has happened to Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg since 2010. You know?
Yeah. I mean, but it was just about, like, the startup of Facebook, wasn't it? It was more like the early years. I don't think it needed to go into a long autobiographical...
No, that's true. That is true.
Recount.
But also, it's funny because at the end, it goes, you know, Facebook now has 500 million followers. Mark Zuckerberg is worth $25 billion or something like that, and he's the young... Oh, no. Facebook's worth $500 million. Mark Zuckerberg is the youngest billionaire in the world. Both those things are no longer true. And I know that I just think stuff, when you make something autobiographical, it's different when it's like set in a period, but when then you're doing text at the end that makes it current like that, you know, there's something like, there's over 1 billion users now on Facebook, and Mark Zuckerberg is no longer the youngest. I'm pretty sure it's like Kylie Jenner is the youngest. So that really like dates the film as well in a different way to just showing events that used to happen previously.
But like usually with those kinds of things, it was meant for like cinema.
Yeah.
And that's most movies, you know.
But also in a weird way, I think it's kind of lazy to just dump a bunch of facts to conclude the film. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd kind of agree with you in that. I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I would never. And I understand. Again, the only situation where I would do it is in an autobiographical film like that. But still, I feel like they could have. It's only a 2-hour film, only just. So if there was another 20 minutes to explain that bit, to do a bit of it now, not that this is actually a very well-received film, another autobiographical film, but I do like it just because I'm a bit of an Apple snob. Jobs with...
Have you seen Steve Jobs?
Steve Jobs is shit. It's worse. I hate it.
Why?
For so many...
I haven't seen it. I've only seen Jobs, and I thought Jobs was doo-doo, but like Steve Jobs has got better ratings.
No, Steve Jobs does have better ratings, but I hate it for many reasons. One, what's his name? the guy that plays Steve Jobs in that movie.
Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender. They went to no effort to make him... Now, I know this isn't a really big important thing, but personally, if I were to ever do something autobiographical, I would A, cast an actor that already looks like the person they're being. B, definitely do their wardrobe, makeup, and hair to look like them. They went to no effort. Like, he was an intentional choice to not make Michael Fassbender act and look like Steve Jobs. I think that's weird. I don't like it personally. Whereas at least I think Ashton Kutcher did an all right look. The script was bad and shit, but I think
no one knows what Steve Jobs kind of like talked or.
Yeah, they do. There's heaps of shit of Steve Jobs talking.
Oh, yeah, back in the day though, it was.
I think Ashton Kutcher did a way better job of capturing the look. Like if you look at him looking like he looks exactly like very very close to Steve Jobs, and a bit more the mannerisms and shit. I think he did a much better job. Also, I thought it was unnecessary to make another Steve Jobs movie, even though Jobs wasn't very good. Steve Jobs, all it does right is show the story is it jumps like between, I think it's 5 different things before like 5 different press events
I can't respond to whatever you're saying because I haven't seen it.
Okay, anyway, I didn't hate Steve Jobs. I mean Jobs. Steve Jobs I didn't like very much. I can't remember. I was comparing them though. Oh, at the beginning and the end of Steve Jobs, they jump forward because it ends sort of in the late 90s or early 2000s Steve Jobs, but then they jump forward a little bit to when he's older and Ashton Kutcher's got old makeup on and whatever, and do kind of like a what happened to Apple after the events of the movie, which is what I think would have been better in The Social Network instead of just putting text. I would have preferred if they'd jump forward a bit in time to show where Facebook is now. I think that would have been a much better ending than just putting,
I guess,
text. But it's showing rather than telling. It's very easy to just go, and then this happened.
Very, very true, boss man. Very true.
So the way they went about it is...
You have some good points, boss man.
Anyway, that's what I think of The Social Network. I did enjoy the film a lot. All of the acting in it is really good. The script is very good as well. That's Aaron Sorkin. He's good.
You know what you should watch, boss man?
What should I watch?
The best biographical film of all time.
What is it?
Bohemian Rhapsody. No, I'm kidding.
Bohemian Rhapsody. Oh, let's talk about that.
No, it's shit. It's shit.
No, I don't want to talk about Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, but I haven't even talked about my
you can get back to that.
thing.
Get back to that.
Oh,
the trend. No, I want to talk about the trend now in all of these music artist autobiographical.
It's so Djibouti.
It started with Bohemian. No, I like Rocket Man.
Rocket Man, I give that a pass. I thought that was...
I give it slightly more than a pass.
I think it's innovative.
Yes, that's why I liked it. It could have been executed better, but I really liked how they did it like a musical with his songs. Because...
I really like how... What's his name? Taron Egerton?
Yes. I really like Taron Egerton, so...
I like how he sang his own songs.
Yeah, I also respect that compared to... Now, I don't think that's necessarily a must if they're going to do that, because an actor's job is not to be an incredible singer.
Yeah.
So I understand if they don't do it. I don't think it's a big deal, but it is cool that Taron Egerton is a very good singer and also, on top of being a good singer, is a good impressionist of Elton John.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, that's two... Whereas Bohemian Rhapsody isn't completely... I think some of the mixes are Rami Malek mixed with... why did I just forget his name?
Elton John.
No.
What?
Queen's... Why have I just forgotten his freaking name?
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury, Jesus Christ. There is a mix of Rami Malek, but it's mostly just Freddie Mercury. It's like archive recordings. It's not just the studio recordings of the song, but it's mostly Freddie Mercury singing. I don't think it's necessary for the actor to sing the thing, but yeah, it was cool. I just liked more the format of Rocket Man and how they did it like a musical as opposed to...
Also, the editing of Bohemian Rhapsody was shocking.
I can't recall.
Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, really?
It like got nominated for best editing.
Really?
Yeah, and it was terrible.
And then what they're doing another one. They did Judy Garland.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it. It's just called Judy, I think. I think that was good. I can't recall if it got good reviews.
Wasn't she an actor? Was she both?
She was freaking Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I know, but was she an actor?
She was an actress and a singer. Yeah.
But the best autobiographical film of all time, Boss Man, is... Do you know who Yukio Mishima is?
I do not.
He was this Japanese poet, writer, actor,
director.
all of that
Accomplished.
from like I don't know, like the 50s, 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
Or not 70s, maybe it was up until 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. And he was like very, very, very famous, but he was also like hyper authoritarian. Like he longed for you know how like still the Japanese like emperor is still around, but like he has no role, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just more symbolic. He kind of like after World War II, he tried to get people more back into that kind of authoritarianism kind of thing.
Interesting.
But like he's still a very, very, very good writer, and it's kind of confusing. But at the end of his life, he like stormed like a military base or whatever because he had like his own private militia. But like there were an unarmed militia that like dedicated their whatever they did to like the emperor or whatever, and like they stormed this military base, and he did like a speech on a balcony and like tried to get all the people to like join his cause or whatever, and everyone was like, yeah, nah. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then he went back inside of like because he was on a balcony, and he went back inside and just did harakiri. And then he died.
Fuck, all right.
And biographical film by the same guy who wrote Taxi Driver, Paul Schrader. He did a
autobiographical film on.
Not Boss Man.
What? But you just said
autobiographical is something.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, biographical.
Silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was very, very good. And
interesting.
In between the film, they have like recreations on like a sound stage of like his novels that he wrote, like 4 different novels, like in between, like telling about his life and shit. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Very good, Boss Man. Very good. It's on the Criterion Collection.
Oh, very nice, Boss Man. I'll add it to my list, Boss Man.
You know, I actually haven't had any food today.
Oh.
So, like...
You're feeling
I'm feeling a bit tipsy from fucking one standard.
Oh, no, I had a point before as well, I forgot to say. In terms of, like, actors having to sing if they're doing... You know, if they're playing a character that was a singer or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that not needing to be... I know you hate this film, but I'll give another example. I can't remember her character name or the actress's name actor's name, sorry, in Greatest Showman who plays...
Oh.
I know you hate that film. I don't hate that film.
So bad.
Or not so much that okay, the film's not great. I just like all the songs.
All right, yeah, fair.
You can stick with that. Anyway, no, the actress, you know, in the film, she's the singer that like has the affair with Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, Never Enough, that song.
I cannot remember. I watched it like years ago.
Oh, it came out like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I hated it so much. She didn't erase it from my memory, Boss Man.
She didn't sing her own. That wasn't her. That was like a winner of The Voice in like Sweden or something that sung her the singing for that. She trained, but they got a professional singer, and I think that's fine. No, where I was going with that is in terms of all this shit now, obviously, especially with the rise of superhero films in the last 15 years or whatever, or, you know, I guess it started really with Batman 1989. Mm-hmm. That's really the beginning of the superhero film revolution, is the need for actors to get into really good superhero physical shape, you know? Both male and female, needing to be in full-on, like... Now... That's cool. That's great. The issue that I have with it is that there's a lot of bullshitting that goes on in the industry to do with how they get into that sort of shape in very, very short periods of time.
What do you mean bullshit?
Well, I mean, most actors will not say that they take steroids or performance enhancing anything.
Yeah.
They'll say they do it naturally, which is bullshit, it's literally bullshit. The thing is, right, they're not athletes. There's no need for them to naturally get like that. Do you know? It's not their job to be. Yeah. It's not their job to be in peak physical condition. Maybe people like The Rock or something, where that's even then he's still not. I mean, I guess he did WWE.
Bet The Rock takes some.
Fuck yeah! No, it's literally impossible to stay. Please, they all do. Hugh Jackman. Let's be real. Yes, Chris Hemsworth, most likely.
Chris Pratt.
Yes. There's some people where it's contested. A few, Schwarzenegger, definitely. Although
after
so not not in his early years, but like since. The thing is to maintain. Look, I'm no like personal trainer. I don't know much about fitness, but I've done a little bit of research, and to maintain the level of like, so to gain muscle, right, you have to be in a calorie surplus. You need to be eating more food than your body needs, so that when you're doing all the exercise, right, so you build muscle. You're going to put on fat when you do that. It's not a question of it's just how much. You're going to put on fat. It's impossible to stay as like lean as they do, because they're all really lean. They have really low fat percentage. It's impossible to bulk up that quickly in like 4 months. Some of them do it, 4 or 5 months, and they all go, yeah, just broccoli and chicken. Just go on to the bit of a protein shake, broccoli, chicken, bit of a workout. Bullshit, right? Now, not all of them. I don't mean all of them. I just mean a lot of actors that go from fat to fucking massive like that, they definitely take stuff. But there's no need to lie, because
no doubt about it, Boschman.
Rocky, Sylvester Stallone.
Oh yeah, 100%.
No. First movie, he's probably natural. Second movie, he's probably natural. You look at the fourth one, his veins are popping out of his arms. He's juiced up.
Oh, Expendables?
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. And older, or definitely all of the older, that's what I mean. Like, maybe some of them started off being natural. Cool.
I mean, when you build your persona about how great your body is, like,
that's what I mean, though.
The older you get, the more you're going to have to try and use that to, like, maintain that persona.
But that's fine. Like, I don't know why there's a need.
Timothy Chalamet definitely uses steroids.
Right, but it just... It doesn't matter, though, that they do that. Do you know what I mean? I don't think... Because it's not their job. It's not like they're athletes in the Olympics who need to be in peak physical, natural human condition. If actors take things to get big quickly, I think it's fine, because their job is to portray a character.
As long as they're doing it healthily.
Yeah, obviously.
You don't want to die.
I mean, like Christian Bale. Not that I don't think Christian Bale's necessarily taken...
I don't think so.
Christian
Bale's just a tank.
He's just a tank, and it's just the up and downness of his. I mean, that's unhealthy. And or Jared Leto getting fat for that, and then skinny, and then there's unhealthy. There's
some weird actors out there, man.
There's unhealthiness about it, but there's no point lying and saying it's like Chris Hemsworth has his whole app, and maybe Chris Hemsworth is natural. You can go either way. He clearly has like blessed genetics, because there's photos of him. I have actually done a bit of it, not just in Chris Hemsworth. I mean, all of it. Like, there's photos of him when he was on Home and Away, and he's not really gone to the gym, and he still looks like a unit. So some people are just genetically blessed. But he put on, I think it was in 4 months, he put on like fucking a lot of muscle to be Thor. And since then, like now, if you look at him now for like the new Thor movie that hasn't come out, he's huge.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and he's had years, but now he's had years, right? Like, he's had so...
Maybe it's all the electricity in his veins, possibly.
Yeah, so now he's had years to, like, get there. But he's still in between that. He did, like, The Heart of the Sea. You know that movie?
No.
Oh, it's like this... There's, like, stranded on some ship in the freaking... I don't know if it did that well, but they had to... At one point, they pulled a bit of a Castaway. They filmed a bit of it, and then they waited ages so all the actors could get really skinny, and then kept filming. So you know how they did that with Castaway? Yeah. With Tom Hanks. Literally, at one point, apparently, they were down to like 4 slices of cucumber a day. So they could be... So, he's bounced up and down the weight. They've all done that. But it's fine if they take shit. But Chris Hemsworth has an app where, he's just released his workout plan for Thor. I bet you it's not in there. Inject yourself at 4 a.m. with fucking...
steroids
in your butt. You know what I mean? It's just like, they don't need to lie about it. Your job is not to be natural.
And they have
athletes.
Dudes who like they see every day to try and train them,
That's the point. So
Chris Hemsworth is an actor. He's not a personal trainer. You don't need to...
That's what I'm getting at.
It's just advertising.
It's the same with the singing, though. It's not important for an actor to be able to... I mean, it's cool. It's great if they do it naturally, or they actually can sing really good and they do an audit. But it doesn't matter. That's not their job. Their job is to be an actor.
And on that note... Thanks for listening.
I've been Dan.
I've been Seb.
This has been another episode of Just Talking with Dan and Seb.
See ya.
Bye-bye.